Hello and welcome back. And today I'm going to talk about a meaningful dream that I had, one of those knowing dreams that often I can't remember, but I just remember a bit of this, and it's really powerful in terms of where we are right now energetically. And I always know when it's a kind of meaningful dream just because it feels different. It feels more like a message, more like a kind of download, rather than just a kind of random dream. So the dream was about a piece of technology, a device, if you like, called the Powerlight. And I woke up saying Powerlight, Powerlight. I didn't see exactly what it looked like, but I did know what it did and how it worked. And what it was something that emitted a very specific frequency of light, an intelligent light. And this light effortlessly recalibrated the whole system of the body, not just energetically, but also physically on the cellular level, but also within the energetic field as well. Just like it reset everything back into equilibrium and perfect balance and perfect operating optimization. As I thought about it, having woken up and kind of just recorded a few words that were relevant from the dream so that I could remember it, I realised that this technology isn't something outside of us. It's something that already exists within us, and it ties in with the masculine and feminine, the power being the masculine and the light being the feminine. And for thousands of years as a humanity, we've lived in total imbalance, in a kind of world dominated by doing, pushing, controlling, which was the real overextension of the masculine energy. And then it got me thinking about my own life and how for years, up until probably 3 or 4 years ago, I was operating almost entirely in that energy myself. I was a single parent at the time. I was responsible. I was the doer. I was the breadwinner, and had kind of become my own man. I know I've mentioned this before, but I'd become very much in my masculine energy and not really in my feminine energy. So that my feminine energy was kind of not able to receive, wasn't able to rest, or didn't feel it like it was okay to rest, wasn't really able to nurture particularly well myself and others, and just wasn't fully online. So that part of me was really out of balance, really weighted towards the masculine, exactly the same as how we've been as a world energy, as a humanity, as a collective. And then within my own life, there came a phase where I call it the recalibration phase, which is what's happening for the world as a whole now, where everything in my life slowed right down, and I found that I couldn't do in the same way anymore. And when I did try in the same way that used to work, nothing seemed to work. It was kind of closed door after closed door after closed door. It didn't really work operating in this same way that had always kind of worked for me before. And it felt really frustrating. It felt like I'd really lost momentum, and my kind of drive in life, and my pathway, my determination, and my I don't know, just my kind of energy that was propelling me towards goals had just kind of disappeared. And now when I look back at this, I can see that that wasn't a block and it wasn't something wrong. It was this recalibration point. My system needed to learn how to receive and how to feel safe in stillness, and safe, and know that it is safe to receive. It needed to relearn how to be without needing to constantly do. And this is where we are now as a collective. So we're at this kind of 0 point, and it fits in with the equinox energy that we've just moved through. So this point of balance, this 0 point, is where the masculine and feminine within us, and also collectively, start to come back into harmony. And when this happens, something really powerful occurs. It's like that power light is activated within us. this innate technology that we have within us switches on, because the system now becomes coherent, it's aligned, and it's energized with those two poles completely balanced. And also to support this, I pulled a card from the White Light Oracle, which I love those cards, I've mentioned them before, and the card was the Tantric Union Within, which really fitted in with everything that I've just said, which I always see as a divine guidance to share the message. So this card talks about the intermingling of the masculine and feminine energies within the heart. And it's not about one or the other anymore. It's about the complete balance and the union within. So the doing energy is guided by being, and the action taken is led by intuition, and the structure in our lives is infused with the natural flow state. So what this means for us is, if we felt stuck or slowed down or unable to push forward like we used to, it's not going backwards, it's a recalibration of these two really powerful energies. So the system is preparing to operate in a completely new way. And from this place, once this recalibration has happened, and I feel for many of us, and especially if you listen to this, you will be at this point right now, when you start to move forward, you find that the movement forward is much more aligned, and the path is just naturally and much more supported, and it flows. And again, I'm going to bring the analogy of the canoe on the river that I mentioned the other day, because it just keeps popping into my mind, that, you know, we've been struggling to kind of paddle upstream for a long time, and now it's time to release the oars and place them back in the canoe and just allow that life force to guide us, that river to let us, you know, flow down the river effortlessly, trusting that we will be guided to wherever we need to go. And when these energies are imbalanced, that cannot not happen. So I think because this feels so incredibly powerful, and I know that this dream was in one of those kind of prophetic dreams, I'm going to be doing a bit more meditation around this, and I feel that a really powerful meditation may come off the back of this, using this Powerlight frequency. It will probably be some sort of recalibration and a reset for the whole system. So I will work on that later and possibly post that tomorrow, because I know that it wasn't just something that I dreamed. I know that it's something that we are all remembering, and it's just coming through me in the unique way that it does, because we're all unique, and this information just comes through us all in our, you know, in the way that it comes through us, which is perfect for us, but also hopefully helpful for others. We're all a unique and totally necessary jigsaw piece for the whole. So I just wondered if you could let me know in the comments if you can feel this shift, or if you've gone through a phase of where the things you used to do that worked now no longer work, or whether you've already gone through that. Or I'd just like to know where everybody is in kind of this recalibration of the energies and the balancing out of the masculine and feminine. I'd also love to know where you're from, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for listening.